Hello, and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I am your co-host Troy, and with me I have my partner in crime and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
What's up?
All right. And today we are reacting to viewer requests. So we got one request for a band called Thank You Scientists, who I have never heard of. Mark, have you ever heard of this band?
Yeah, I have. There's another New Jersey-based progressive rock band called the Tea Party, and they
Okay.
played a show with them the one time, and I was there for that. I was This is like well over 10 years ago. I don't
Is
even know.
this? I
I
see.
I don't even know if they still make music. I guess they do, right? 2021.
Thank You Scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, discography, studio albums.
Yeah,
2019 is the last time. I'm not sure. It's a
they
good
had an
good
EP
call
in
out there.
2021.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Um, but I mean, I don't remember what they sound like, what they look like, anything really. So it'll be a nice refresher. Oh, that's a Seinfeld picture. That's a good start.
so they have a website that still exists. So if you're from Thank You Scientist, I apologize. We're new, right? So we're just trying to discover a little bit. So I mean, it looks like they're still around. So and they have a Mark McGrath picture here. So
Oh,
all right. Okay. Well, anyway, so let's talk about Thank You Scientists real quick. How did I get this? Well, I was at a show last night for a concert by a band called Intervals, who I'd never heard before. But I was actually there to see a band called Arch Echo, who we have an episode coming out actually about probably pretty soon. And I met an awesome guy there in the crowd, and we started talking about Arch Echo and different bands and stuff like that. And he mentioned this band. He's like, "Oh, you guys got to react to Thank You Scientists. Check their music out on the channel." So I said, "All right." So that's why we're here. Um, and let's just see what a little bit about this band. They're from Montclair, New Jersey. Um, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Their first EP was from 2011 and their last EP is from 2021. Okay, cool. Their musical taste, Frank Zappa, Harry Nilsson, The Beatles, and I never pronounced this right, but Mahasvinu Orchestra. I think I maybe I
Mahavishnu.
Maha. See, told you I called that one.
You're close enough.
All right, fair enough. Okay, well, let's just get right to it. And if it's your first time listening to these kind of reaction videos we do have to stop them every minute or two, try to prevent the video from being blocked, basically. And we'll try to talk about what we're hearing. All right. So here we go.
So contender for what I believe to be a mess. All I know when you never put it to the test. You ask me if I wanna dance some more. I tell you that I do. You raise me up to hot sun never knew. Yeah.
All right, Mark, what do you think so far?
The vocals caught me off guard. I don't remember the vocals being like that. What year is this song from?
2016, I think.
Okay. Maybe I just forget, but I mean, I like it definitely. I'm just saying they caught me off guard, but yeah, no,
I,
it's
I,
very
I think
jazzy.
I think it is yeah, it's from 2016. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like I gotta be honest with you. I was totally not expecting this, but this, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest with you. Maybe I was expecting some kind of crazy progressive metal, maybe.
Mhm.
Um, which this doesn't sound like it's crazy progressive metal. I mean, it
No,
sounds
it doesn't.
I mean, I really like it so far. I'm very surprised, pleasantly surprised, actually. And
Yeah.
it has like a Michael Jackson kind of tone
Yeah,
to the
it
vocals,
does. I
and
thought the
so
same thing. Yep,
yeah, I'm
it
all in.
does.
So, all right,
All
cool.
right,
Let's
keep
keep
going.
Won't you pinch me? I've been dreaming here for far too long. Wide awake, we're sharing in this morning view. Ask you if you wanna laugh some more. You tell me that you do. I'll raise you up before we fall. When I say that you can count on me, it's true. But it seems to me that I can count on you. What are you waiting for? Waiting for? Waiting for?
Great chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Really good so far.
You know what other
For
vibes
my
I'm
opinion.
getting? Are you
What's that?
familiar with Coheed and Cambria at all?
I'm familiar. I'm not. I mean, I've heard their music, but I wouldn't say I'm like that
Not the
familiar with
music
it.
as much, but the vocal styling
Oh,
is
I see.
like
Okay,
Claudio Sanchez.
gotcha.
Really good though, man. I hear violin in there too. Like, sounds great.
All right. Shout out to New Jersey. All right, let's keep going.
When it's gone, we'll fake it. When it's over, we can sigh. Silent roars will kill this curiosity. Devastation feels natural. Right behind the wrecking ball, securing insecurities. I wonder if we'll weather every storm. I'm hoping that we do. Mr. Invisible's been found. When I say that you can count on me, it's true. But it seems to me that I can count on you. What are you waiting for? Waiting for? Waiting for? What are you waiting for? Waiting for? Waiting for the day to say it's over. When all is said and done, we lost what we become. Just watch it slip away. Not ready for a change. When all is said and done, never forget where we came from. Far before today. Now it's done.
Before we go any further, I should probably stop it. Yeah. What do you think so far?
Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, I had no expectations, to be honest with you. I had no idea what to expect, but it's better than what I expected. So I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
This is I do not remember this band sounding like this, and I'm glad actually because I'm like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it makes me want to listen to this whole album, actually.
Yeah, and I
yeah,
probably will.
there you go. So, all right, let's keep going. Mark? What did you think?
I heard a timpani in there, so it's a done deal. It's great. I'm a I'm a sucker for percussion, so
All right, Mark, I have an idea. Why don't we
okay.
do an album review of this
Okay.
and maybe even their new EP? We'll just throw it together in one episode, the latest EP, if it's just an EP. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how much I like this. I'm definitely gonna get this album. See how much it costs on vinyl if it's available. Otherwise, I'll listen to it streaming. But
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you really like it. I really like it a lot too.
yeah, it's really good. I'm literally trying to think of what to say, but I mean, I'll start here. I'll start here. I love how it has a lot of really complex parts in it rhythmically and musically, but a lot of it's straightforward at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really nice blend for a prog band because a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that you and I like, some of the King Crimson stuff, some of the Dream Theater stuff, right,
Mm-hmm.
can be, pretty challenging for some people to listen to, right?
Definitely.
But like
Challenging
this
for
is
me too sometimes.
right, right. But
Yeah.
this is much easier just to get into, I would say, for almost anybody, right?
You know what I think it is? I
Yeah.
think the instrumentation is complex where like it has chord changes, time signature changes, a lot of instrumentation going on, but the
hmm
vocals are much more accessible because they have like a poppier sound to them, should I
hmm
say, for
hmm
lack of a better word. Um, so like those contrasting sounds like kind of bring the people that aren't familiar with it in, and then since they're already in from those vocals, they kind of like envelop themselves with the instrumentation, and it's like an
hmm
easier, it's a way for them to maybe it sounds like a good like introductory progressive rock song, so to speak.
hmm
um
Yeah, one of the things I observed is a lot of the song is in 4/4, at least a little. Like I wasn't really counting it until the end, but I heard 4/4, and then they would switch it up with like little parts where they would be on time signatures. So they kind of would
mhm.
alternate with like a lot of straight 4/4, and then mix it up, which is a kind of a cool technique to get people into this type of music who aren't used to odd type signatures and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and even the instrumental part was pretty digestible, I think, for I don't know because I'm used to listening to prog music, so maybe it's not. I would have to, you know what? I'll let my wife hear this and see what she thinks. But anyway, that'll be a better test.
That's the
But
final
anyway,
test, yeah.
but she has heard quite a bit of Dream Theater, so it's a little bit spoiled as far as like a first timer listening to this stuff. But it is a better take than me as far as a newbie on it. But all right,
But
Mark. So yeah, any other thoughts about this one?
no, I give it a solid A for first listen.
Same, yeah, same solid A, and excited to listen to the album. And
Yeah, and that may go up depending on how good their other stuff is. So
yeah, yeah. All right, well, thank you for the request. Hopefully you're checking this video out because you said the request, and hopefully you liked it. So until next time, thank you.